Welcome all to the Tortillas and Takes podcast. You are on once again with your boy, Albie Shore, and we're in year 10 of Tortillas and Takes, doing football here, previewing games, talking about the Texas Tech athletics season, and of course, in year 10, it's not just me, it's not just your boy Albie. We got the people's champ himself, Jeremy Gillen. What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, Albie? We are having a good time, man.
Now, Jeremy, in this episode, we're going to preview Texas Tech playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. If you played at Arkansas Pine Bluff, you'd be on the special teams.
That is a safe assumption. So
I can play any position I want. Okay, from quarterback to running back to linebacker, it didn't matter. If I came on the field, they'd be like, "Sir, what position are you?" You come on the field, they're like, "Kicker, punter, long snapper."
You're over there with the rest of your people.
You a special teams coach, maybe? What's aside? Jokes. But Texas Tech does open up as a 52.5 point favorite against University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. So you may be asking yourself, who the hell is Arkansas Pine Bluff? And if you are asking yourself that means you're not tapped in. You're not tapped into the Lions, the UAPB Lions, right? So let's take you down to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and the UAPB football program that Texas Tech is about to play. So here's the thing about UAPB football. One thing I got to say about them is that I just found out, and shout out to Talking Tech, because I didn't even know this until I saw a tweet about it, that UAPB is actually in their logo. You know that logo of the lion that people are now seeing?
I also saw that. Yeah.
I never noticed. I've seen this UAPB logo for a long time as somebody who's a little bit more tapped into HBCU athletics. And I've never noticed. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. I've never noticed UAPB in the Lions' mane. To me, that's
the thing about good design is that you just miss it. It's so simple, you miss it. But then you see it, and you're like, that's crazy.
That's dope. It's really cool.
This whole time, yeah.
No, it's really cool. So it is in the main. Arkansas Pine Bluff football is an HBCU. They do play in the SWAC. Me as a big fan of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. My dad went to Texas Southern, so I've been watching a lot of SWAC football. Not because of him, because he couldn't care less, the African dad that he is, but just because. It's, exactly. So UAPB, give a little background on them. They have been playing football for over 100 years, right? So they've been around for quite a while. Right, they've been in a SWAC conference for even longer, well, not for even longer because that'd be wrong. But they've been in a SWAC conference for a long time as well, playing other HBCUs such as Texas Southern and Prairie View that are also located in Texas. Southern, Grambling, Jackson State, right, where Coach Prime was coaching for a little bit. And was UAPB winning during those years? No, they weren't. They were not winning during those years. They have one conference championship ever. They won the SWAC in 2012. The last time they won the SWAC West was 2020 during a COVID year, which really doesn't count. It truly, really doesn't count.
Some people think it does, Albie.
People think it does. Unless you're a Lakers fan or it doesn't count, or a Dodgers fan, it don't count. All right. So I say, a long story short, this team is not very good, even by SWAC standards. Right? It's not like we're playing Jackson State, who has a long history of being successful. It's not even like we're playing Texas Southern, who has a long history of being successful. Both of those teams, I think, if Texas Tech would play them, we'd run them both. But they're both at least successful in their field, right? I remember the year we ended up playing Stephen F. Austin, and Stephen F. Austin, ran us to the wire, and then Stephen F. Austin ended up having a pretty good season, right? This is not going to be one of those times for you, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Arkansas Pine Bluff last year went 3-9, and I don't think they're going to be much better this year. It's just not a very good team by any metric.
They do have their claimed national championship in 2012. You missed that. Claim the national championship. The black is the black. Listen here, if we're going to start rewriting history in Texas team.
Okay. It is
what it is. Well, so here's the thing. What can you say about this game? What can you really say about this game? For us, this has to be routine. This has to be regular. For a school like UAPB, you hope that they have a good game. You hope they have a good time while they're in Lubbock. Don't feel too disrespected. Please enjoy your time Enjoy the tortillas. Please be a part of our. You know what? If you cannot create your own story, be a part of ours. Be a part of our national championship run. Be on our Wikipedia page. That's okay. You can tailcode it on. And I hope that we pay you. Here's the thing. Here's the actually real thing. I hope that we're paying them a substantial amount of money to come up here to Lubbock.
Facts.
We got a lot of money going around. Hope we're giving them a little bit, at the very least, to advance their athletic program. Because you know what? What we believe here at Texas Tech is that from here it is possible. So we cut you a fat check. Let us beat you by 52. Hit that under.
Yeah, I mean, so I think for them, right, if you're UAPB, you're coming into this season, this game, and you're saying a couple things. One, you have the opportunity to play in a true Power 4 conference stadium, 60 to 70,000 fans. Like it's kind of a dream for a lot of these guys, right? Right. Like for some of these guys, they've never played in a stadium like this. So to be able to walk out, like when they do their walkthroughs the morning of the game, it's going to be pretty amazing for a lot of these guys, right? So you're going to be able to walk in and be like, dang, I have the opportunity to play here. So that's one. Two, it's going to be, listen, one thing I've learned about college athletes, whether you're at Alabama, at Texas Tech, at Arkansas Pine Bluff, at the NAIA school down the street, all of them have, or at community college, all of them have NFL dreams. Every single one of them. There's so many players that come in and they're like, man, I'm just trying to make it to the league. I'm looking at you like, the league? What league? The U40 league that I'm seeing clips on Instagram? What league are you talking about, brother? Because it ain't the NFL, right? But they all have dreams of this. So if you're a UAPB player and you have dreams of playing in the NFL and you think that you're right there, you can do it. This is the game that they're going to want to put on tape. I talk about it every year when we play these teams, right? This is a game. If I'm the UAPB coach, I'm saying, hey, guys, let's go out there, play well. This is your opportunity to put something on tape, especially now in the transfer era. This is also for some of these guys, maybe it's not even get to the league. Maybe it's to get to a Texas Tech. Maybe it's to get to a Houston or to a Houston or to even a Texas State or something like that, right? To put something on tape. Like if you do something, you'd put a swim move on Howard Sampson and get a sack on Baron Morton. Woo! That's something on you. You get an interception, right? Or you are able to blow up Micah Hudson. You were able to tackle, Jacoby Williams or do something like that and get something good on tape. Forget the rest of the game. Like for you personally, that's something that's going to be really good for you. So I think a lot of these players, that's where their mindset should be, is that like if I get something good on tape, I might be able to show something to somebody else that's not UAPB, right? So that's two. And then three, at the end of the day, this is just a really cool, I think, thing for them, right? Like this is, I'm not in any way trying to denigrate UAPB. I'm not trying to, but let's be real with what the program is versus what Texas Tech is, and that it is different layers to it. So if I'm a UAPB player, I'm not going to lie to myself and act like we're on the same level program-wise. We're not. But this is an opportunity to see what that Power 4 Big 12 program looks like, what it feels like, what the crowd's like, all of that. Take it in. And if you get an interception against Baron Morton, right? Let me tell you something. For the rest of your life, you got an interception against Baron Morton.
That's right.
It don't matter what you do from here on out. For the rest of your life, let me tell you something. When I was in high school, Fozzie Whitaker ran for like 400 yards against us. But that one play. No, not that play. I didn't make no plays. That game, he just ran 400 yards against us. I just remember Fozzie Whitaker. So when I watched him play for the Panthers, I'm like, I played against him. Did I do well? No, I didn't, actually. Didn't do well at all. But I played. I played another game. That's right.
You played the game, brother.
I played the game. So like that to me is kind of how you that's one of those things. I mean, I even remember I technically also played against Mike Evans, but it's also not fair. He was like a freshman. I was a senior. It's not a but we were all on the field at the same time, and that's what matters.
That's what matters.
That's what that future Hall of Famer became a Hall of Famer because he played Albert and Consa his freshman year in high school. I made him Mike Evans. Right? I made him Mike Evans.
Mike, if you listen to the pod, please send us a little bit of cash for Utah. Out of respect. For Albert's efforts to make you a better athlete.
Well, exactly. So I think there's some of those things that we just got to watch out for when it comes to UAPB. But listen, brother, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. So let's start this off talking about the Texas Tech offense. So what do you expect to see from Texas Tech in this game against Arkansas Pine Bluff from the offensive side?
This is definitely, and this is with all of the backdrop of UAPB is looking for an opportunity to create some chaos, right? And this very much, I mean, just because UAPB is like the bottom of the barrel, blah, blah, blah. You know, our athletic budget dwarfs their entire university's endowments, whatever it is. It's still just 11 guys on the field and 11 guys, you know, that can make a mistake. And you have to be crisp. Like, I think that one of the things that sets teams apart, and we have touched this topic. It seems like every year when we're playing in our non-conference and we're playing that FCS team or, you know, low, the bottom of the D1 teams, it's like you have to win. And you have to win convincingly. And we've had a really hard time of doing that through, you know, and the great thing I think about, you know, early, what was it, Cliff's first year, we played Texas State and we like run ruled them basically 66-10 or something like that. That is like what you're supposed to do against bad teams. And Texas Tech has had a really hard time doing it since Cliff Kingsbury. And so like to have a team like you have now, and I understand, you know, McGuire may be like, hey, you know, these kids are great kids and, you know, we don't want to make anybody embarrassed, blah, 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 blah. At the same time, brother, you have to show us that this roster is different. So offensively, when we're looking at this, what we want to see, first of all, Mac Leftwich coming in on the scene, show us the whole playbook. Like, don't be afraid to go out and just do the whole playbook here. And here's why I'm saying that, because you have so many different weapons. I don't want to see what I'm afraid to see is, okay, Baron Morton, we're just doing slants across the middle all game, whatever. Like, I'd like to see a little bit of diversity in our playbook and figuring out, you know, who is ready to play in like this. First of all, we're trying to figure out, are we a fast tempo offense like Mac Leftwich has been playing and we've been playing, or are they going to try to switch it up? I don't know, into a more pro style. Who knows? But what we're looking for, I think, this game is getting a lot of people included. And you said in the last podcast, I want to see the litany. I want to see the depth chart for quarterbacks, right? Will Hammond, but let's get past Will Hammond. Like, let's look even deeper. We should see a lot of the roster offensively. And hopefully, you know what that means? For Red Raiders last year, this may like perk your ears up. Hopefully we see a little bit of Micah Hudson. You know, get down on the depth chart, get Micah Hudson some burn, start that redemption arc. But not just him. I mean, a bunch of people that we have a good kind of starting lineup of receivers. Let's see a little bit of the lower 2s, 3s on that depth chart and see, you know, what kind of energy are they bringing to the table with this kind of offense. So, yeah. But here's what I don't want. I don't want all pass. Like, I don't want a really pass heavy. What I think Zach Kittley did do pretty well last year is he balanced out the run in the game plan. And yes, we had Taj Brooks. Yeah, hard to say no to a guy like that. Too, you know, had a guy chasing the number 1 spot over Brian Hansford. But now we have 2 in Jacoby Williams and Cam Dickey. It's like, you've got 2 really good running backs, behind center. Use them. Figure out different ways we can use them. Like, UAPB is the perfect time for you to see how are these guys running certain formations, certain plays in game action. Because when you play the defense, when you play the 2s, or even if you get against the scrimmage against the 1s, like, it's a little different. Right. Even if you go all out, it's a little different because everybody kind of has the same cultural identity and general understanding. When you play the new guys, the different guys, way different game. Like, I think you can. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. I could keep going, but like, this is the chance. This and next week against who we play next week? I just blanked.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Put your back into it.
Not that.
No,
not that.
Who we playing?
Come on, I believe in you.
That means Albie can't. That Albie doesn't know either.
I did forget.
Kent State.
I kept wanting to say Akron for some reason. I was like, it's not. I was almost like not Akron. I was like in my head, I was like not Akron.
Well, it's not Akron. We know that much. It's not App State. I promise you. These are the 2 weeks to kind of get your stuff in order, and these are probably two of the most important weeks of the year in terms of like all of the new talent we have. This is where I'm really landing the plane, especially offensively. We got to figure out what we got. Figure out who's ready to play in this new system, and roll with that. UAPB is a great place to start.
I'm going to disagree with you one place. I actually don't want us. I don't want us to open up the playbook. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I said that, and as soon as I said it, I realized it was the wrong thing to say.
Yeah, I don't want us to open up the playbook. Keep it simple, right? I think in the first 2 weeks, Oregon State should be coming into that game blind. I would even argue. Oh, go ahead.
We'll pause. So remember last season we now I can't remember who we opened it with last season. We did the flea flicker. Sorry, that's how I mean by open up the playbook. Let's do some stuff. Let's do some crazy stuff.
See, but I don't even think we should do that. Like, a part of me feels like it should really be, dives, screens. We got 4 plays. That's right. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, okay. To me, this game, Kent State, Oregon State to a degree, like, I'm perfectly fine with saying, you know what, we're just going to do some base level plays, show what our system is, make sure that we've kind of ironed these things down with somebody in a different jersey until we really get to Big 12 play. Because to me, what's the point of – like, we should be able to destroy UAPB and Kent State without opening up the playbook. Even Oregon State, I expect that to be a good, easy win without opening up the playbook too much, just because we get off the bus and we're just bigger, faster, stronger than the other team. It's really not until we get to Utah where I'm like, okay, now we can open it up and show what we have a little bit. But, I don't really see the point of that one. I will say offensively – I mentioned it last pod, but I absolutely agree that let's get to the third stringers. Like I to be honest, I think that we should be up 5 touchdowns at halftime. I think we should be up like 35 at halftime. Yeah, at bare minimum 4 touchdowns at halftime. Get the backups in there. Let's not play around with this. Let's get out of there healthy. Right, that is the name of the game. This might as well be a de facto scrimmage. The name of the game is to instill your plays, make sure your players are comfortable with the system and playing somebody else in another jersey that you've never seen before, right? I equate this to like the preseason in the NFL, and whenever they're doing those team scrimmages, right, those team practices, that's what this is, right? The only difference is that in NFL, preseason wins and losses don't matter. Get the win. Get a nice, comfortable win, but that's what the game plan is here. So offensively, right? Like Barron, ball out, do some things. Jacoby, Cam Dickey, do some things, ball out. I don't want to see Barron's hair get touched in this game, right? I want to see, offensively, receiver wise, how good is he? See, Doug, this is your opportunity. Put some points up there. Get some Biletnikoff hype, right? This is the time to see what Reggie Virgil can do. This is the time to see what Micah Hudson can do now in year 2 wearing a different number, right? Like this is kind of how I look at it offensively, because really nobody on UAPB should even be able to touch it.
Correct.
Right. Correct. Flip side, I just think you have to understand, especially for the first 2 weeks, every single player on Texas Tech's roster has something that somebody on UAPB's wants. They all want that Texas Tech scholarship.
That is a very good point.
They all want it. So you have something that they want. So just make sure they don't take it. Make sure they don't, pull your chain. Like, just go out there, dominate, because you're the team. You're the player that got the scholarship. Show it. Show that's the reason why you got it. Offensively, I expect this to be quick and easy, right? I don't want to see the punter, especially not in the first half. I don't want to see the punter. I don't even want to see the field goal kicker, right? Eventually, we're going to have to see just how good or bad Delphonte is.
I want to see the field goal.
Save that for second half. Save that for the second half.
Yeah.
First half, all time
kick it from the 40. Why not? Yeah.
So, from offensively, I don't want to see too much there. Defensively will be interesting though, Jeremy, because defensively we will have the opportunity in game 1 to face one of the myriad of running quarterbacks that Arkansas Pine Bluff is going to put out here. There's 4 guys that they still don't know who their starting quarterback is going to be. It's last year's backup, DJ Stevenson is one of the guys. There is Tyson Robbins, who played at Shaw College last year. Oh, no, sorry. Christian Peters, who played at Shaw College last year. Tyson Robbins, who was also on the team last year. And then a new freshman, Garrison Davis. They're all fighting for QB1. I think DJ Stevenson technically has the lead in the contest. It wouldn't surprise me if he's the first quarterback out. But they all can run. All of them can run. All of them can do some things. All of them aren't necessarily the best passer from what I can tell. But this would be interesting to see. But, neither is Avery Johnson. So this would give us the opportunity to see how he can play against the running quarterback, right? We've seen it even against some of these lower tier schools where we've still struggled against a running quarterback.
Yeah.
So let's see it. Let's see what speed Ben Roberts and Rodriguez and Bailey and McCarty and Curry, what these guys can really do out on the edge against a guy like Stevenson.
I mean, that is the litmus test for Texas Tech defenses, isn't it? With a quarterback that is mobile, because the mobility of quarterbacks really challenges kind of a longevity in defensive play. Even if it's a pass play, the beauty of like the mobile quarterback is that even in the pass play, they can choose to run. They can be selfish and just run it. You know what? Why not? Everybody's kind of dropping back. I can at least get 5 yards. And if you're averaging 5 yards as a rush, you're set. Like you'll get a touchdown, no time. You'll track out the clock, and it's all good. So the mobile quarterback has been like Texas Tech's bane. Feels like for generations. It's been since the mobile quarterbacks come on the scene, it's been hard for Texas Tech to contain it. And so moving into a different style of defense with Shield Wood, defensive coordinator Shield Wood, recognizing that, setting up like these zone perimeters and being able to address a new age of college football, coming around to it, if you will, it's going to be so important, and you have to capitalize. Like if you're going to be functionally a team that can contain, you have to be able to contain UAPB. If any one of these many quarterbacks that they have, 5 of them on the roster, 5 of them, right? If you're going to contain this, if you're going to be a good defensive football team, you got to contain UAPB. I cannot see a quarterback running for – I don't want to see any one of their quarterbacks rushing over 50 yards, if I'm being honest. That should not be a big ask, but it has been in the past. And so I think with the injection of these really strong defensive ends, with these really strong-minded linebacker, like this linebacking crew that we have, really I think with Shieldwood's defensive plan, this shouldn't be a problem. We shouldn't be – when a quarterback rolls out, shouldn't scare me as it has in the past 10 years. 10 years I've watched quarterbacks wander outside of the pocket and I think, oh shit, well this guy's gone. Like he may run for a tutty. I was there when Avery Johnson broke on the scene, when you recognize that that's not a white boy. It's terrible. But the truth is, like, Texas Tech has had such a hard time containing quarterbacks. It has to end this year. If you want to sniff a college football playoff berth, the mobile quarterback it can't be as detrimental as it has been.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think one thing which is interesting about this game in general is it's not just the running quarterback. I mean, their strength is the running game in general. Right, they returned their top 2 rushers from last year, which combined for almost 1,000 yards, and BJ Curry and Zamarian Weber are both back. Right, so they're gonna run the ball. That is going to be from the onset. You're going to see them run the ball. Right? They're going to test our run defense more than anything. I don't even know if we're going to see that many passes. They're going to really try to run the ball as much. So we're going to see just how they're going to try to run it right through Skylar Gill-Howard, and we're going to see what his first taste in action. If that great wall of him and Lee Hunnard is formidable, we're going to see that pretty early on. right? Because they're going to want to run the ball. I expect to see a lot of option plays with Stevenson and Curry, right? I expect to even see maybe some RPO. I think if we see some passes, it'll be an RPO game. But then I think that also an RPO game leaves you a lot of possibilities for interceptions and fumbles. Like that really, when an RPO is not crisp, it leaves a lot for potential turnovers. And we just got to make it not crisp, make it miserable. And we should be good. Should be good there. So, Jeremy, we did a lot of previewing in the last pod. Before we get to our previews for this game, a little update. We're recording this on a Thursday evening. We're both feeling pretty good because we're not Cowboy fans, so we're doing well, right? I don't know how, and I'm sure people in Green Bay, Wisconsin, are also doing very well. No reason at all. But as we're looking at some other games right now, Nebraska is up 13-3 against Cincinnati. We were talking about a pre-pod that I would argue Nebraska, even being in this close of a game, is disappointing for their fans, right? Because I think I'd put Cincinnati maybe Oregon State level, and I think if we were in a dogfight with Oregon State, that's going to set off the sirens a little bit of like, are we really as good as we think we are? Nebraska, a lot of focus has been put on Texas Tech this year just because of our NIL, and we're also loud and rambunctious. Nebraska is actually feeling the exact same way Texas Tech is, which is the past decade we've been mediocre. We finally got a new coach we believe in. We've been told to trust the process. This is the year it's all supposed to come together. This is the year we got the quarterback, we got the team, we got the defense, the offense. This is the team that should win us 10 games, right? So for them being a dogfight with Cincinnati, I don't know how much they're going to like that off top. The defense has actually played really well. But Nebraska might not feel so great about just being only up 10 at this point. As Big 12 fans, we look at Cincinnati, I will say as now, Cincinnati hasn't really scared me at all. I think they're going to be fighting towards the bottom of the Big 12, and if they make a bowl game this year, hallelujah for them. But watching that offense, I'm like, I was already not worried about them. My worriment has stayed nil. Houston, though, whooping up on SFA. Any worry there?
No. I am not a believer in Houston.
Well,
so
I'll say this, though.
Prove me wrong.
Houston tonight did what they were supposed to do.
And that's the thing. I root for all Big 12 teams in the non-con. Like, I need the Big 12 to step up. I don't give a shit. I need the Big 12 to step up in the non-con. Because here's the thing is that I think, like, conference, like, politically, like, when teams in the Big 12 fail in the non-con, that's just ammo for other conferences. The Big 12 sucks. Like, I can't stand that. Like, I would prefer us like cream the non-con and then, okay, now we can battle out in the Big 12. I don't care about that. But like whenever like Cincinnati's playing Nebraska, I am not rooting for Nebraska. First of all, you should have never left, you losers. Stay in the Big 12. Anyways, but like
That's fair. That's all fair. I'm not rooting for Houston though. I will say that. Cincinnati, you're right. And Baylor? When it comes to was that
Baylor when they play Auburn? You're rooting for War Eagle?
I'm not rooting for no Baylor Bear.
That's crazy. This is our chance to prove against the SEC. And you're like, you know what? Screw them Bears.
Screw them.
Screw them Waco losers.
Listen, this is a win-win. If Baylor wins, I'm gonna be like, hey, yeah,
Conference
Big 12,
pride.
baby.
Yeah.
Big 12. If Baylor loses, they effing suck. Baylor sucks.
Oh my God.
Bear down, losers.
That's crazy.
Well, I hate when it comes to conference supremacy, I hate to tell you, but UCF is only up 3 to Jacksonville State at home. So
yeah, I'm thankful we were not high on UCF.
Yeah. All right. So that's some of the games that's going on already right now. This week, there is some other games happening. Friday night when this is published, Baylor does get to play Auburn and hopefully lose. If you're Jeremy, maybe win. And then Kansas opens up. They have that new stadium where 3/4 of it looks great. And then 1/4 of it looks like crap. But they never pan to that side anymore. This is what they're going to do from here on out. just refuse to pan to the old side.
They're going to put all of the newscasters on that side so that all they can video is the good stuff.
I guess. Colorado, Georgia Tech should be a good game. Georgia Tech's actually favored on the road in that one. Georgia Tech is, people think they're going to have a good season this year. I don't know. And then Saturday, of course, Saturday we got Robert Morris playing West Virginia, South Dakota playing Iowa State.
Sorry, South Dakota.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. I don't know why I'm going over this. Let's do some predictions real quick. So tonight, Wagner, Kansas. Who you got? Actually, listen. Does Kansas cover? They're 45.5 point favorites. Do they cover?
Oh God, no. They don't cover. They win, but they don't cover.
Yeah,
I would say it's going to be close, but I don't think that they're going to cover. That's a lot of. I haven't seen Kansas clear a team like that in some time.
They did beat the crap out of who did they play last week? Fresno State.
By how much?
24.
24, not.
Yeah, but the Fresno State's a lot better than Wagner.
I know, but that does not mean that Kansas is going to be like bringing that same energy. I bet they get up 30, and I bet they just throw in the third strings.
I actually agree with you. I don't think they cover, but they do win by a lot. Baylor, Auburn. You're rooting for Baylor, but do they win? Auburn's 2.5 point favorites.
I do think Baylor wins. I think Baylor wins because Baylor has, from my understanding, a little bit more depth than Auburn does, and I think that now I haven't looked deep at Auburn's depth chart because I don't freaking care about the SEC. But as far as I understand it, that I've read, Baylor's bringing in a little bit more seniority into this game, and that does matter.
Baylor should be competing for the Big 12 championship this year. If they lose to Baylor, they're not. Or if they lose to Auburn, they're not. They're not competing.
That's right.
Auburn's not a good team. Auburn's going to try to make a bowl game this year if they're lucky. They're not a good team. They haven't been a good team for a little bit, and I think them making a bowl game would be a step in the right direction. But they're still not a good team. So I'm actually was surprised that Auburn was favored on the road at Baylor. I think there is that SEC bias. Betting to it. Though it'd be hilarious if Baylor lost, I do think if they lose, you can strike them from the Big 12 title conference. I don't see it
at home, brother.
Yeah. Like I put it like this: Kansas State lost to Iowa State, but I still think they have enough to potentially still make a run.
Oh yeah,
Baylor losing to Auburn.
They were both on international time. That's crazy.
Yeah. Georgia Tech, Colorado. Georgia Tech is 4.5 point road favorites.
This is an interesting one because I don't know what Colorado is going to bring to the table. Remember last summer, Colorado firmly in the spotlight. Everybody wanted to see what Colorado was going to do. Colorado, Deion Sanders, his son Sanders. Like, it's going to be crazy. We got the Sanders family going on. They got this guy who plays two positions. Never seen it before in my life. And this summer, I haven't heard a peep about the Buffs. Really?
Not too buff.
I heard that Deion Sanders doesn't want them wearing hoodies to class. So if that's our concern in Colorado, then give me Georgia Tech because that's a team that's more firmly focused on, the next thing. So I think it'll probably be a pretty close spread, but I do think Georgia Tech takes that game.
I'm gonna go Colorado. Mostly because you mean to tell me Georgia Tech's supposed to be good? We'll see. We'll see. I don't necessarily know how good Colorado is, but I mentioned before that I think not a lot of people are talking about Colorado at all. Now Prime has been a little distracted this summer with his son, the whole draft thing, and then him battling cancer and him having to get his the whole thing. So he's been distracted. However, Prime, what's gone under the radar for Colorado and Coach Prime is he's actually hired a lot of really good coaches under him.
Okay.
So I actually think Colorado is gonna win this game. Saturday afternoon, Robert Morris, West Virginia. West Virginia 38.5 point favorites. Do they win and do they cover?
West Virginia 38.5. Oh, I don't know. No, and here's why. I think West Virginia has a really good run game, and I think they'll play to that. And run games run out the clock, so I think that they'll win, but it'll be under that 38 points.
I agree because I'll believe Rich Rod is back when I see it. They'll win. They'll win maybe by 3 touchdowns. But yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I agree there. Iowa State 16.5-point favorites over South Dakota.
Cyclones 16.5.
South Dakota, one of the best teams in FCS.
I know. It's in Ames.
It's in Ames.
Oh, but Ames early in the season is not that scary. 60 and a half is kind of a good line for that. Iowa State covers.
I agree. I think they cover as well.
Yeah.
They are listed. Listen, they heard all off season about how they don't win early in the season and they just beat Kansas State. So
I just said that. Yeah,
shout out Rocco Becht. Shout out Rocco Becht. The team that lost to Iowa State, Kansas State, playing at home against North Dakota, another good FCS team. I don't have the line for that game. So
I do think Kansas State wins that game, and I think that's purely off of a fueled rage of losing in Ireland. You know, you don't want to lose an opening game, but you especially don't want to lose it on prime TV.
Everybody's
watching.
Everybody was watching.
Yeah.
BYU, Portland State.
Interesting. BYU wins this handily, but I am so interested to see their offense without Ratcliffe.
You know, I really wish BYU was playing a better team. Portland State lost 42-0 to Tarleton.
Jeez.
Now, mind you, Tarleton I actually think is going to have a really good year in the FCS this year.
Yeah.
But you can't be losing by 42, getting skunked by another FCS team.
I mean, not scoring a single point is pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't even care what the spread is. BYU covers. Northern Arizona, 11th ranked Arizona State.
ASU.
Pretty easily there. I do have the spread for this game. Hawaii, who put off a big upset.
Yes.
Big upset over Stanford last weekend. Stanford may not win a game this year, but still an upset for Hawaii as they play on the road at Arizona. Arizona opens up at 17.5-point favorites.
The dry heat will kill the rainbows. There ain't no rainbows in Arizona. So give me give me Arizona. I think that Arizona is looking for any chance to validate their, existence in the Big 12 football scene. I think that last year they left a lot on the table, especially in our game, right? They left a lot on the table last season. I think they're looking for any chance to rewrite that ship. So getting Hawaii in Tucson, sorry, I don't think that they're prepared for that Tucson heat.
Arizona covers?
What was the spread?
17.5.
I bet no. I think I would say it was a 14-point victory. I think it's right under that spread.
I agree. Hawaii's quarterback's pretty good. He was, I think, a 4-star recruit. Started to stay home, stay in Hawaii. He's played really well as a sophomore year. Played as a freshman last year. Set some Hawaii records as a freshman. I think he's going to be good there and keep it close, somewhat close. Utah on the road against UCLA. Utah 5.5-point favorites, but they are going to be playing in the Rose Bowl. And who knows? Maybe UCLA people will actually show up for once.
No, I don't think so. But this is the game to figure out if Utah is going to do something or not. Because UCLA's I don't know. They're not going to. Well, why do you say that?
I don't know if UCLA is really a test or not.
Well, always being on the road in general, and being a decent venue like the Rose Bowl. Now, I will say the best the Rose Bowl has ever been is when the two other teams are playing there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not crazy for UCLA fans, but I think Utah has to make a statement here. The spread is what?
5.5.
Yeah, I think Utah's going to clear that no problem. I do think it will be a slow start, but Utah's going to have to get it in gear if they're going to want to be serious about their position in the conference this year.
Yeah, I think Utah wins by a couple touchdowns. I think they're going to win this one as well. Monday Night Football, TCU 3.5-point favorites on the road against North Carolina. Who wins? You a fan of Josh Hoover?
That furry? Hell no. But I actually don't know too much about UNC. Can you give me a synopsis of the team?
Yeah, their head coach is Bill Belichick. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. Legendary NFL coach.
That guy impregnated a teenager or something?
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
I don't know.
Does he still work?
boy, drama abounds on the Tortillas and Takes podcast. I don't know how serious Bill Belichick is at the collegiate level, but I know for damn sure that Sonny Dykes is
serious.
He's gonna try to be serious. Well, I think about Sonny Dykes, playoff. Whoa, TCU first season, that's crazy. And then kind of the steep decline after that. You got to right the ship here. You got to. A lot of teams in the Big 12. I keep saying this. A lot of teams in the Big 12 seem to need to correct the trajectory. And the non-conference is the best place to do that. I think that TCU's got a decent enough squad. Sneaky good. You have to be crisp. And I just don't know enough about UNC to say that TCU is going to lose to them. So even if it's close, it's a win for TCU in my mind.
Gio Lopez throws it all over that bad TCU defense. Give me the Tar Heels. Belichick goes off with a bang to start his first college game. Yep. Give me the Tar Heels. Screw TCU. And now we get to the game. The number one game, the only game that anyone ever cares about, the top creme de la creme. Game day, thought about coming here, decided not for Lee Corso's last game, but it was close. They were thinking about it. Texas Tech, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Jeremy, give me one person on the offensive side of the ball that you think is necessary, important, needs to have a big game in this one.
And Baron Morton.
Baron Morton needs to have a big game.
Really going out on a limb there.
100%. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. 100%. Hold on. We got some new stuff. Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Oh, nice.
It is for me. It's Baron Morton, right? How is he fitting into a new playbook, similar but new, right? Mac Leftwich is still kind of in that air raid feeling but new. And how is he doing post surgery? So the better Baron plays for 1.5 quarters, the better it is for Texas Tech.
I'm in a run game. You've been hearing about how Quentin Joyner is gone, and now we got to rely on Jacoby Williams, and now we got to rely on Cam Dickey. Oh, the sky is falling. Let's see the run game go off for 200-300 yards in this one. That's what I want to see. Defensively, yeah. You're welcome. Defensively, who's your guy?
I don't know. I don't know, actually. Any of them are. If we've got this stacked defense, buddy, I am looking to see all of them in action. Truly, in my heart of hearts, Ben Roberts. I want to see you be in there, and I want to see you be doing. I have had such high hopes from you from your freshman season. Let's keep it going. Jacob Rodriguez as well. If we can get Bryce Ramirez in there, that's great. The linebacking crew is what I want to see, crisp and efficient. But truly, I mean, if it's on the front, we got to get it going. It's got to look good because we paid a lot of money for that D-line, folks. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any single person. Heart of hearts, well, if I have to pick somebody who's actually going to play a lot at the beginning, Jacob Rodriguez. Prime Jeremy Mo. Did you just make that? Did you just make that?
Yes,
brother?
Oh, Jacob Rodriguez. How original. Goodness gracious. Give me a D-line. You're playing a running game or really a front 7, I should say. You're playing a offense is going to be really run dependent, right? Stevenson's going to try to run the ball. Barry's going to try to run the ball. And just let's plug it up. Let's get out of here and let's see. And actually, I said the D-line. You know who I want to see? I want to see Duda Banks ball out. I want to see 2 sacks from Duda Banks because he's playing that much in the third quarter, fourth quarter, because everybody's getting burned. That's what I want to see. I want to see good stuff there. So, Jeremy, for the prediction, your first prediction of the season, Texas Tech, do we win and do we cover the 52.5-point spread?
I think Texas Tech does win this game. I'm going out on a limb.
We're on a limb. How so bold? That's so bold and so brave.
How do you do it, Jeremy? 52. What is it? 52.5.
52.5.
Man, I am not a fan of that. And something about me is man, Joey McGuire is too nice. he's gonna get up like 40 points, and he's like, you know what? Let's put in the third strings. Let's get everybody a little play time. Let's have fun. We don't want to embarrass.
You don't think the third stringer should also be able to be balling? Like, I still expect Adam Hill to like bust out.
I hope so, man. I hope so. But no, I don't think we cover. I really don't. I hope we do because I will be there.
Who's that white guy running back we have on the team? I want to see him.
Oh yes, correct. I want to see the drone show. I want to see the flyover. I want to have a good time. I want to be drinking my Raiderland.
All right, well, give me a score prediction.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta do math. I think we get 54 points and they get 7 because of a late game. You know what? I bet if they score, I bet it's a quarterback run. And if that happens, buddy, even in the fourth quarter, the last second, I'm going to tweet about it, how angry I am. But yeah, no, it's absolutely a win for me. I think it's under the 52.5 points. I would bet I bet we do get like 54 points and UAPB gets about 7 or 10. Just because I've not seen a shutout team in a long time. Like truly. Like
it's going to be 35-0 at halftime.
Okay.
It's going to be
that's easy to see.
Yeah, 49-6 after 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And then 52-13 to end the game.
So still way under that.
Yeah,
spread.
Still under.
Yeah,
still under. Points. That's 39. Yeah,
and that's a great victory. That's a good victory. You cannot complain about that. I don't know who the hell is making this spread.
Well, it's because UAPB is pretty bad. Like I tweeted at Ryan Mainville earlier because it's like some of it is because it's like, oh, Texas Tech, top 25 team in the nation, playing an FCS school. They're pretty good. We believe in them. But more of it is UAPB's really bad.
Yeah.
Like that's,
yeah.
Like Jackson State is probably a 20-point favorite over UAPB. Sure. Right? Like that's, so.
Texas Tech, this has just got to be their show me game. Like, show me if you got it, show me. Like, if you can beat them by 52.5 points, show me. And if it's all slants, show me.
I agree with you that I do think that Joey is a bit of a nice guy. So when it gets to that third, fourth quarter, I think it would just be running. It's just he doesn't want to show up anybody. He is a nice guy in that aspect. So that's the biggest reason why I just don't see the 52.5. We ain't running it up. We're not passing in the fourth, right? Like it's just going to be. I only have us scoring 3 points in the fourth quarter, right? I think that's just going to be that. So, anything else you want to say to the people, Jeremy?
No. Football's back, everybody. We have Texas Tech football back. There are so many cool storylines around this football team. Tune in. I don't care what you think you've got going on Saturday. Tune in. I don't care if you're having a kid. Tune in. If you had a wedding planned, cancel it. Tune in. Because if we do...
Sorry, Travis Kelce.
Get the hell out of here, Travis. What are you doing as a football player? Anyways, so... Texas Tech football. We are back to watching it. Not back, but we're back to watching. So exciting.
So one thing I forgot to do before we made our predictions is give you some stats. Yes. UAPB is 2-8 in their last 10 games, but they are 5-5 against the spread. Texas Tech is 6-4 in our last 10 games, but we're in 6-3-1 against the spread, so kind of about the same. The same there. Overall, Texas Tech is currently 28-1 against FCS teams. Jeremy, do you know the one loss?
Nope.
It happened in 1988. Texas Tech played a local Texas team, the North Texas Mean Green, when they were still in the FCS.
Yep.
That is our lone loss. We have won 25 straight FCS games since then. And brother, this gonna be number 26. Okay. Yeah. I don't expect this to be remotely close. And this is not me being braggadocious. This is not me being an arrogant Texas Tech fan. This is just saying, come on, guys. Like,
if we lose this game, dismantle the program.
Oh my God, no, it's just no. A loss isn't happening. It's a question of how will we look in this game, right? When we talk about Kent State next week, though, I also think a loss isn't happening there. That'll be more of a hey, make sure you're watching them. They may have some NFL players. You got to watch about the tape. Don't get upset. Yada yada yada. As we load up into the season, we'll have more games where we have to maybe qualify that. These guys are, they're this, they're that. Kent State is still fighting in the MAC. They're still FBS. Oregon State, they're still trying to prove themselves as a Power 4 conference team, but they actually got spurned. We don't want a Washington State situation. UAPB is nowhere near these other two teams. It shouldn't be. This is equivalent to when Texas Tech plays a UAPB level team in basketball. And no matter how bad we are in basketball, even during for Coach Walker days, we were still blowing those teams out by 20 plus. I expect to beat this team by 39 plus, right? So should be not even close. So with all that being said, I'm excited for football this weekend. I will be in the enemy's lair in Austin watching 11-year-old girls play soccer, but that's okay.
Dad of the year, everybody.
I can watch college football on my phone. So I don't know if I'm dad of the year. Let me tell you something. I need these girls to lose. Okay. I'm not trying to stay there till Monday. All right. Me and my wife were talking about this. I'm like, let's just go 2-1. Go 2-1. Have a good tournament. Oh man, we didn't go undefeated. Not good enough to go to the finals. So close. Let's go home. Pack it up on Sunday. Because if they win, if they go 3-0 and go to the finals, we got to wait a whole nother day and stay there till Monday. I ain't trying to have that. We're trying to leave.
Another night at the hotel, another night figuring out food. It's a mess.
Brother, we staying at my sister-in-law's house. We're not
paying
yeah, come on now.
Not everybody's as rich as I would have family everywhere. Some of us have to buy.
Is that rich? That's broke boy behavior, but that's okay.
Rich in family. Rich in
look at that. Look at that.
My dad's in Austin, but I'll still rent a hotel.
All right. Well, for the father-loving Jeremy Gillen, this is your boy I'll be sure. This is your boy I'll be sure you have been listening to the Tortillas and Takes podcast. You father. You love your dad. You love your dad. Tortillas and Takes podcast, part of the 10 Double Network. As always, let's get out of here. Stay wrecked, folks.